Alright, welcome to Anime Therapy Podcast, episode 15. Yee, 15. It's a number, and we're there. We're at it. I'm getting even better and better at these intros the more we do.
Your intros are... they're intros. That's for sure.
They are literally intros, and nothing more than that. Matt, what's up?
Not much, man. 3-day weekend this week, so I'm happy about that.
Oh.
Finished God of War Ragnarok, so
Nice. Just in time for Martin Luther King's birthday, dude.
right. He said I have a dream that one day I'll be God of War Ragnarok.
Yeah, so in honor of Martin Luther King, rest in peace, you beat the game. You still have like the 100%ing to do. Are you gonna do that?
I got the post game stuff, yeah, but
okay.
that'll come with time.
Right on. The gods, they can wait. They're immortal.
They absolutely can. Oh yeah.
As everyone could tell, I'm very high energy right now. Normally we record around like 5 p.m., but Matt was like, I'm good to go, let's go. And I'm like, shit. Alright, I'm not good to go, but let me get good to go, like by drinking a decaf coffee.
Hey man, I was watching some Trigun this morning. I was just in the anime mood. I was like, alright, let's get it done.
Let's pop off.
Yeah.
Well, interesting to bring up Trigun because we're not going to be talking about our tasks this week. We could chat a little bit. I mean, I'm enjoying Ranking of Kings. I'm not done liking it. It's definitely not what I thought it was going to be, and I'm sure you conversely feel that way about Trigun.
Yeah, no, we had talked a little bit, but I'm about halfway through Trigun now. I watched 3 more episodes today, and it's definitely taking a different turn than I thought, than how the show originally starts.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'll be curious to see where it ends.
Yeah, I'm feeling the same way about Ranking of Kings. I was like, oh, this is so cute, and like I really love Boji and Kage, and like this is just entertaining. And the animation style, when you look at the art, you're like, oh, this is like Mob Psycho art, right? Like just kind of crappy, right? But it fucking slaps at times where like Boji's just dodging everything, and like it works a lot, really well, and I'm really enjoying it. But thought it was cute, and then not so much after a while. But then Boji still, Boji still like makes my heart flutter because he's just.
You want to go to war for Boji, man?
Yeah.
Like he's just that kind of character. It's just that
I'd do anything for him.
Kind of pure sincerity that comes from him, and it's like, obviously that's why Kage is like around him so much. So
yeah, I'd do anything for Boji. I really would. But today, our main goal is to blow up. No, our main goal today. Figure we could do this like once a month or so. That's not set in stone. I just we have lots of ideas, and these are always fun. But it's draft week. We are not sponsored by DraftKings, so not that.
Drats.
Yeah, darn. We would have gotten 25 schmeckles for it, but yeah, we're gonna do a draft today, which I'm excited for because I love drafts. They're always very fun. And our draft subject today is anime protagonists. And what that means is they are the protagonist of their story. I'm just letting you know right now, Light is not in my picks. Light Yagami is not in my picks.
Okay.
Yeah. Because he is ultimately a villain, right? From the get-go. You just don't realize it until the end. Where someone like from a show that's a lot like Death Note, but a lot better, but I don't want to say the name. I would say he's a protagonist because he's doing right by the Japanese,
There's a stark difference between these two characters, where one is kind of using their own, they're both in a sense using their individual ideas of justice, except one conforms more closely to a actual sense of justice
Right.
than more of a vigilantism
Right.
type of thing.
You don't look at like the characters from Rogue One and be like, they're rebels, so they're the bad guys. No, you
Mhm.
just are in the mindset of you're brainwashed by the Empire at that point, right? Like that's the whole point, which is how I feel about. I almost just said, it. But so that was the clarification I wanted to make.
Yeah.
So I have 20 put down. We're only going to do 10 each, but I had to put 20 down just in case because I have a feeling that a lot of these are going to get sniped from me, and that I might be sniping some from you. Um,
Oh, for sure. Like, I mean, when you think about protagonists,
you think about
like,
shonen mostly.
yeah, I mean, that's what the easiest things to my mind came, because when it comes to like romantic comedies and stuff like that, or like other types of those slice of life animes, I don't really think of those people as protagonists. I just think of them as the main character.
Right.
And it's like you can be the main character of a show and not necessarily be like, the
Right.
best person out
Because
there.
well, yeah,
Every
and protagonist has the connotation that there's an antagonist and that there's a conflict, and you know,
Mhm.
like a storyboard of anything, right? Is protagonist, antagonist, conflict, climax, resolution, all that. Where slice of life's the only antagonist is really like the writer, because
Yeah, it's very like it can be hard to find a protag-antag in a slice of life anime unless it's like the protagonist is trying to get with, in like a romantic uh style of anime.
yeah,
Main character's trying to court another girl,
yeah.
and let's say, best friend
What is
figures
this?
out about it.
1875 court?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, come on, man. There are fucking Kingdom animes out there where
Yeah, yeah.
people
No,
are.
you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
I was like, don't fucking love word shame me, alright?
Bro, nice words, dog. Would you read those in a
Nice,
dictionary?
nice vocabulary. Read a fucking book, dude.
Yeah, so I will say I do have a character from a slice of life, but it's only one, and it's very, very clear, that they are protagonist. But how you want to flip a coin to see who goes first? You want to roll a die 1 through 3, 4 through 6?
Sure, dude. I'll pull up a coin flipping
You,
thing
I,
right now.
I have coins right here.
Nah, that's bullshit. We don't use those.
That's beta mail.
The
Mine's
power
a-
of the internet. All right, ready? I'm gonna flip it.
Wait, I
Oh,
can't use my OG's pizza token I have?
oh my god, no. You cannot.
Okay.
All right, ready?
Wish I had pizza port, then you would have said yes. Yeah,
Go
go
on.
ahead. Heads for me, tails for you.
Okay.
Ta-da.
It is tails.
Oh, all right. You get first pick. And let's just jump right into it. I'm getting ready to type it.
I mean, this is pretty.
I swear. Yeah.
For the standard watchers of this podcast,
Oh.
when we did our villains draft, obviously I had a
No!
first pick
Bro!
with Griffith. So obviously in turn I have to first pick Guts.
No! All right, delete. Delete. Gotta delete guts right here. Shit! He was gonna be my first pick.
Dude, I mean, come on, man. Like,
I'm reading Berserk, dude. It's fucking awesome.
literally, what else can I say? Like, Berserk's just the best manga of all time, I think. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
And
A lot of people would agree with you. Yeah.
I mean, Guts just, he just goes through so fucking much throughout this series. And while he has a very,
I'm just sad.
hard exterior,
Yeah.
where it seems like he really doesn't give a shit about anybody except for survival. Like, except for his own survival, I should
Yeah.
say. you see a lot of progression through him throughout the manga, and it's very it's very cool to see. I don't think I really respect any other protagonist the way that I do Guts, just because I love the story of Berserk so much. I think it's
Wait, you mean your first pick isn't Puck?
no.
Okay. I mean, I'll pull two quotes from him. One of which is, if you're not living free, you might as well be dead. If you're not free to do whatever you want, you might as well be dead. And the other is, if you, what is it? It's like he says that like in the conjunction of like the people around him constantly getting killed, he's like, he laughs it off like in like a fucked up way where he's like, it's not my fault. If you are to walk and avoid all the ants, then you're never gonna move anywhere.
Right.
That's a paraphrasing, but yeah, like I also really like him. I haven't watched any Berserk animes or iterations of it. I just
That's fine.
started reading the first one, and I love that the first fucking page of it is him having sex with someone, and then it turns out that it's a crazy freaking demon alien shit, and he's just kind of there, and he's just like, ah, and it's like, haha, you've fallen in my trap, and he's like, you're the one who's trapped, bitch. Fucking kills it. Naked.
Yeah, I mean, Guts doesn't even flinch at that point, right? Because he's just used to it at that point. I mean, there's a lot of wisdom that's dropped throughout Berserk, and I think when you have a story that's being told about the literal worst side of humanity, and you have a protagonist who is surviving and attempting to slowly, you know, make it better, even though that's not really his primary concern, he is doing that through his actions. I think it's really cool because you really want to root for that type of hero. So
yeah, you wanna root for the one that's struggling to do good.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, fuck you, Matt. That's a good first pick. I respect it. I'm gonna have to counter though.
Okay.
Because that annoyed me, so I'm just gonna go ahead and for my first draft pick, I'm gonna pick Lelouch.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
It was either Guts or Lelouch, man. That's what it had to be.
I figured that would be the one too.
Yeah.
But actually, I figured Lelouch would definitely be up there. I thought it was gonna be your first pick. I didn't think that you had that much of an opinion about Guts already, but you know, I forgot you got the first omnibus.
Yeah.
So it's got 1 through 3 in it, and I mean, Guts goes hard right out the gate.
From the get-go, yeah. Yeah, I picked Lelouch, and you know, I alluded to it earlier. I wasn't gonna, you know, drag it out, but you know, he very much is the protagonist, despite what happens in the end, and how he gets there. He's still he's anti-Britannia, and Britannia is the opposing force. So if you look at it from a rebellion perspective, he's doing right by the Japanese, even though his personal gain from it is that he just hates Britannia and he hates his father, so that's why he's doing it. Despite that, he is still helping. Oh, I also wanted to say real quick, I did some research. You were right. There are more scenes with Callan that are, you know, on the island when oh my god, I had it too. Oh, his name, the fucking.
We've confirmed that there's basically.
Yeah, and I was wrong. There is one tiny little snippet of C2. When I watched it in Japanese, I always said CC, but in English it's C2. There's one little snippet. It's when he gets his memories back. C2, like in this weird realm. And then also, I forgot her name, but the darker skinned chick with the fucking light gray hair who loses her memory.
Oh, there's one with her.
Yes, it's when she first loses her memory, and Yogi or Ogi or whatever saves her, and she's in the bed, and she gets up. She's like, yeah,
Oh,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
okay.
And there is no scene with Euphemia on the beach. It's like it's fan servicey, but there's no actual review. So I just want to
Okay.
clear that up. Did the research like 2 nights ago, and I was like, I want to make sure that I was right because I hate being wrong. Um, but
Hey, at least you did the research and you found out you were wrong and you're owning up to it.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's the kind of person I am. I will own up
right.
to being wrong, despite how confident I am when I'm wrong. Um, yeah, that man. Woo! All right. Anyways, yeah, Lelouch, my first draft pick. It like we said, it was Guts and Lelouch. Those had to be the first picks, especially
Yeah.
knowing each other, what each other was
Yeah.
gonna pick. If this was anyone else, I would have saved Lelouch because if someone hadn't seen Code Geass, he would have been a safe pick later on.
Right.
So,
I got a couple of those, I think, but I'm not so sure yet.
yeah. So, your turn
Okay.
for draft pick number 2.
So, while the amount of people that you see in this anime he helps is limited, I think the impact that he leaves on those people is astronomical, which leads him to believe it to be a wonderful protagonist. So my second choice is Koro Sensei from Assassination Classroom.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Because I love Assassination Classroom. I think it's a fantastic anime, and I think when I had my list and I was reorganizing like what I wanted to prioritize, I just think that the lessons that Koro Sensei taught each of the children
Mhm.
and how he kind of bolstered them up throughout the show to make them better,
Yeah.
just better people and obviously better assassins.
Yeah. Better ingredients. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really just it's fun to watch, and it's always sad when you know something happens to a protagonist and you feel a deep connection to them, and when it's not the best thing in the world, you feel emotions to that. And so when things happen to Koro Sensei in the show, it was like, oh man, like this sucks. And obviously, you know, the ending hits hard.
Yeah. It does. Especially when you have a bunch of students who grow to love him, and
Mhm.
that was he told them straight out. This is what you have to do.
That's how it's got to be, yeah.
Yeah, and they like that the like the change and development in the mindset of in the beginning. Okay, they understand that. Kill him, and then they don't want to, and then they have to, and then
Because then they understand what it means
right,
to
right.
to kill somebody, and it's like,
Yeah. It's
well,
interesting that he's the protag, just because he is technically the opposing force in the story. But I accept it either way. I mean, I don't. I love that pick.
I think you can. I think you can make a solid argument that
Yeah.
Koro Sensei is the protagonist, but I'm sure that there are people on the other side who think that it's escaping me, but the blue-haired,
Nagisa.
but not, yeah,
Yeah.
that,
It's funny because I remember more character names in that show, even though I haven't watched it in years. But Nagisa, and then there's Karma as well.
mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, I remember Karma because Karma came in like pretty cocky and
dude,
stuff, and I
he was
was
the coolest fucking kid in class. He's like,
like,
oh, the suspended kid's coming to class. Oh, and he walks in, he's fucking badass, and he almost he was the first one to actually damage Kuro Sensei, while everyone else was trying. Yeah. Oh, I
yeah,
love that
it was
anime.
really cool.
It's a good pick.
No, that anime is great. Yeah.
Yeah. Good pick. That's a good pick. I like it. If it feels like we're rushing things, or if it feels like two things, if it feels like I'm rushing you, let me know. But to everybody else, if it feels like we're rushing things, it's because we have 10 picks this time, and I'm still editing our last draft pick because there's so much explanation of all the characters, which is fine for that episode. Love it. But for the TikTok that I'm trying to make, it's like, all right, when do we stop talking about it? Okay. Cool. All right, let me put in Koro Sensei. He was not on my list, but That's a great pick. I love that. Um, for me, my second pick. Let me look at this list. I put a character on here, not that I was gonna pick him, but just to remind me that you might pick him. Um,
Okay.
and there's some other there's some other stuff on here, but I and we'll get to the meme picks afterwards.
Oh yeah.
But I think for second pick, I'm gonna go Izumi Miyamura from Horimiya.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
this is your slice of life pick. Then.
This is my slice of life pick.
Okay.
I, for one, relate to him so much, especially since you know who my girlfriend is.
Yeah.
And I also just, with the long hair, the black hair, the piercings, the feeling like not part of like the classroom and just like kind of feeling on your own, and just getting lucky with best girl. I like him so much. I love his aesthetic, and I had a feeling that you might have had him on your list. So I was like, I'm gonna take. That's what the whole draft mindset is like.
Yeah.
I picked them in an order because I don't want you to pick them.
Right.
But I absolutely love his character. I think he's so funny. He grows a lot too as a character because he starts off being very secluded in his own, and then this great friend group built around him. And I love the scene of him running up on his middle school friend and just smacking him in the face while he's talking to his girl. That was so out of character, but it also totally fit. And he's kind of a simp a little bit. She's like, I want you to be mean to me, and he's like, I don't want to, and she's like, but I would love it, and he's like, okay, fine. Smack.
Yeah. Saving things to me in class.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I think that's a great choice. He was on my list, but he was
Lower.
towards the middle. Yeah, I think just extremely well written character. And Horimiya gets a lot of credit from me, just because it's a very straight to the point show. There's really not a lot of beating around the bush.
Well,
As
it's
far
in
as
your realm of anime, and
right.
it's probably one of the best in that realm.
I think so, yeah. And there's really like, I have feelings for you, so I'm straight up.
Yeah.
Like, when Horimiya confronts, or Hori confronts Izumi about like, did you think I was asleep? And he's like, no, I know you were awake.
Yeah.
Like when I told you I loved you. Like.
Oh yeah, when she was
like,
sick and he was taking care of her.
That's just real Chad energy right
yeah,
there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah.
I love his relationship with her little brother too. Like her little brother's awesome.
Sato. Oh my god, it's so cute.
Yeah. It brings out in me the thing that I always wanted, which was like to like have like a girlfriend who had like a little brother, because I'm very much childish and I do well with kids just because I'm very much a kid as well. But I love that show. I love the characters. They're all so great. I love the boy love that definitely happens throughout. Like not actual, but like there's definitely the undertones of it where they're like, where they have the snacks and he's like, I don't like this flavor. Do you want it? And he's like, oh, okay. And Hori's just like standing there like, oh my god, they're all so cute. I'm glad I watched it with my partner as well. That was a good experience, and yeah. So, second pick.
So, my third pick. Let's see here.
Once we get into the shonens, I think it's gonna get a little hot.
I think this is a fairly straightforward one here. Recently discussed topic amongst the two of us, and I think this is probably a guy on your list, but we'll see. I'm gonna go with Takemichi Hanagaki from Tokyo Revengers.
Dude, I didn't even think about Tokyo Revengers. I did. Like I said, I made this list earlier this morning when I first woke up. I didn't even think about Tokyo. That's great. That's great. I love that. Didn't snipe from me, but that's
No, that's okay. I mean, as somebody who has watched all the anime that's come out so far and read all the manga, which is now done, Takamichi's ability to inspire other people, even in the worst situations possible, is just something that's incredibly valuable. Also,
his
just
ability
like,
to take a beating.
yeah, I mean, and you think, oh, he can take a beating, he must be, some type of, strong built guy, something like that, but it has nothing to do with physical abilities. It's just his emotional willpower to continue to stand up and face whatever is in front of him.
Like the Valhalla brawl that happened. Like,
yeah,
he was freaking out. He was like, I don't even know what to do here. I'm gonna die here, and he still somehow makes it out.
But he always like fights for his friends, and that's like a huge thing. And obviously when anime dealing with a gang, like your gang's your family, right? And to see somebody who will take punch after punch after punch and will continue to get up every single time because they want to fight for their brothers, it's like, man, that's really cool. And obviously, like, he has a lot of he doesn't want any of his friends or loved ones to get hurt in the end. And even when he has a happy ending for most people, if he doesn't have a happy ending for everybody, he doesn't want to live in that world.
Right, he's not satisfied with that,
right.
Which, call him crazy, it's respectable, Yeah, I have a lot of respect for his character, and I really, one of my favorite scenes that specifically pertains to him is the time span of when Draken and Mikey are fighting, and they come to his house, and they're fighting and destroying all of his stuff, and he's freaking out, and he's like, no, not my bike, no, not my bat, no, not my, all these things, and they keep destroying it. And he finally gets them to stop. But the reason why they end up laughing and getting along is because Takamichi has shit in his hair. And they just like bond over that, and they're like, you're a crazy guy, Takamichi. Alright, let's go. And he's like, wait, what? Do I really have shit in my hair? And you destroyed all my stuff?
It's like, yeah, unfortunately. It's a big L for you, my guy, but...
But hey, you brought them together.
Yeah.
I like that. It was good. Good pick. Good pick. I didn't even think about Tokyo Revengers. Even if I did, I would have said Draken, but Draken's not the protagonist, so I wouldn't have considered that for myself. He's just, best guy in that show. Husbando, if you will. I also did, side note, just watch a video of someone drawing Naruto as all these different main characters, and he drew him in Tokyo Revengers, but not like Takamichi. He shaved the side of his head and put the 8 trigrams seal tattooed on the side of his head like Draken. I was like, damn, that's sick. I'll send you that video if you like those. I love those kinds of videos where it's just drawing characters in different styles or drawing them at like gender bend or whatever. I love those videos. Cool. Good pick. I want to start picking some of the shonen characters, but I feel like there's only one that I really need. I don't think you'll pick him. So.
Yeah, I mean, get him out the way if you think.
Nah, I'm gonna be all hipsterish, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna pick these fucking characters that like nobody would think of. So I'm gonna go with Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Yu Hakusho. That's my third pick.
Oh yeah, it's from no show that anybody would think of. Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah, dude.
What's that show about, Bailey? I've never heard of it before.
So it's about this kid named Gon, right? The Yeah, when he comes into my stream every time and then says, "Oh, is this that new game that isn't at all the game that I'm playing?" Yeah, get fucked. Um, yeah, Yusuke Urameshi. I have to have him. I didn't think you would pick him, but I have to have him. I'm just gonna get him out of the way.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm not a big fan of Yu Yu Hakusho, so yeah.
Yeah. So that's really it. I just wanted him. I mean, he's when it comes to the world of anime shit talkers, especially shonen shit talkers, he's one of the best. I mean, he's up there with Vegeta. He's up there with Hiei. He's up there with Chaz Princeton. You know, he's such a great shit talker. You know, I don't care if it's a woman, a child, or freaking grandma. I'm gonna kick her ass, right?
Right.
So like he's just, and the drip, his clothing, the struggles that he goes through, the fact that he gets totally memed on by the writer by having this like the whole beginning of the show is like, oh, this beast that's gonna come from an egg, you know, all powerful and it could kill him, you know, ends up just being like a little flying penguin named Pooh, you know. Totally gets shit on in that aspect. Love it. Yeah, I mean, what else is there to say? He dies in the beginning, comes back, and he's like, I'm kind of the shit, you know. And I love that. I love that. He kicks ass. And I'm now realizing I have 2 Yu Yu Hakusho characters in drafts that we've done. So
Yeah, I mean, I have 2 Berserk characters. Like, you know, that's just gonna, it's gonna sometimes, and I think that's what gives off the impression that this is a good show, right? It's like if we're drafting both the main antagonist and the main protagonist, then there's got to be something, right, that we feel about these shows.
It's the Batman aspect, you know, like great main character, great villain, right?
Yeah.
So cool. Yeah, that's my 3rd pick, Yusuke. Just, you know, run that out there just cause I had to. He's too good not to be one of my and out of all the shonen characters I have, he would definitely be my first pick.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, now my 4th pick, let's see here. I am going to go. Now this guy's a god amongst men.
No.
You know, the true lady killer.
No.
In all romantic comedies out here. It's the boy Keima Katsuragi from the Oh God Only Knows.
No, man. Oh, that's a delete. Oh, that qualifies as a snipe. Oh
that
my god.
Yeah.
He was gonna be either that pick or the next pick. I went with fucking Yusuke. Damn it. Oh no, I love Keima.
I'm out here just.
I love Keima.
Dude, she's such a good character, right? Like, I mean, you know, I'm glad that you really like The World God Only Knows. It's one of my favorite romantic comedy animes of all time. It's just, he's just written so well, and just like.
Hey, you don't gotta tell me, man. I know.
Like, you know, fuck these 3D women, dude.
Yeah.
Like, it's all about the dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then,
God, real women suck. You know, they talk.
Yeah, and it's like, you know, now I've got Elsie coming up here saying, you know, I'm bound to this contract or else I'll die. You know, and I have to, you know, woo these 3D women.
I have to conquer these women in my class.
Yeah, I'm gonna conquer these women. That's it's like, oh my god, dude, calm down.
Yeah. Damn it, dude. Oh.
But he like grows so much throughout that anime, and obviously he makes a lot of like it shows that he's really mature with how the lessons he kind of tries to treat these women, because even if it seems like he's playing them like a game, he has to have at least a general understanding of who am I conquering, what is their backstory in a sense, and how do I teach them what they need to be taught in order for them to love themselves and to in turn love me. You know?
With no rollback or save states, right? Like,
right.
He has to get it right on the first try.
Yeah. Which is crazy. I mean, you know, I've played, you know, those types of games before, and you make one wrong decision, boom, it's done.
Yeah.
Like you don't have a chance at that character ever again.
Yeah.
So it's just really cool, and I think his character progression is awesome. And
well, I have to say, I think I'm most bummed about this more so than Guts, because Guts was an obvious.
Think so. Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't think you were gonna pick Keva, and it's funny, when I made the list, I was like, cool, the big shonen characters. And once I was done with the big shonen characters, Keva. It was the first one that I wrote that was not in the big shonen. Yeah, good pick, fuck you, good pick, you know,
You gotta get your cholesterol checked over there, man.
I'm heated. God, I feel like you're gonna come out of this on top for sure, because I think it's entertaining when we snipe each other on purpose, but but you know, I don't have any ill will towards you. At least I didn't until now. So now I'm like, fuck you, I'm gonna start taking some shit. Alright. My fourth pick. Joker from Persona 5.
Sure, there's an anime for Persona 5.
Persona 5 is an anime. No, I'm kidding. That I see it more as a video game, so I'm not gonna cut
I do too, yeah.
Alright. Pick number 4. Now you could argue this with me, but I have a good argument for it. But pick number 4, I'm gonna go with Killua Zoldyck from Hunter x Hunter.
Okay. I see it. I'm not gonna make the argument that he's not the protagonist. I think Gon 100% is the main protagonist. But,
the main.
Yeah.
But Killua is a protagonist.
He is, and I think I would have had a problem with Killua if, like, the story deviated in a way where Gon and Killua were separated more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they traveled enough together as a group where, like, I think Gon and Killua are kind of you can say that they're both protagonists, except they approach the resolution to their problems a little differently. Obviously, Gon had a different upbringing than Killua did, so the way they react to stuff is
my main reasoning for it. Well, for one, they're together all the time, and they are in the same. They have the same, like, drive to be good, but the main reason is because there is a point after the Chimera Ant arc where Gon is not a part of the story, and Killua picks up as the main character, the main protagonist. That's pretty much the give to me, where it's like he literally has his own arc still as the main protagonist. He doesn't go evil, he doesn't do anything like bad, he does take over the story, and after the anime, in the manga, he definitely is more prominent than Gon is. So they're synonymous with each other, in my opinion, for that show. Like, you can't have one without the other. And then once you do have one without the other, it's Killua that you have, not Gon, because Gon's all fucked up.
Right.
So. And you know, I really like Killua. I think Killua is probably the coolest character in that show. Just objectively speaking, he's just the coolest. He's got the skateboard. He's got the yo-yos. He's got the freaking lightning. He pulls the guy's heart out of his chest and puts it in a bag before the guy even notices. And then he has to tell him, "Yo, I have your heart right here." And then he's like, "Oh shit!" And then dies. You know, like he's so badass. He's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So had I picked Leorio, that would have just been wrong.
Yeah.
But I wish I could have. Because I love Leorio. Yeah. I love Leorio.
He's a supporting character.
Yeah. Yeah, big
It's
X.
like why neither of us are gonna pick Kakashi, right? Like, he's not the main
Oh shit, alright, let me just delete. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. Yeah, if we could, we'd pick Kakashi. Yeah. Yeah, so Killua is a little gray area, but I consider it. I mean, if you have Kuro Sensei, I'm gonna say I have Killua, you know. But I know we're not even arguing it. I'm just saying
right.
that. For those out there that are gonna be like, he's the main character, shut up. That's all I gotta say. As Brendan Lee Mulligan would say, get in the comments!
That's right.
Yeah. I just watched a compilation of him yelling that before
nice.
we started. Cool. Pick number 5 for you. Almost halfway there.
Yeah, number 5 to make it halfway. Ooh. All right, I'm gonna do this from a nostalgic perspective, just because I think it'd be sad if I didn't have him on my squad. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. Just guy without a care in the world, you know, and has, you know, the fighting capabilities to back up his, you know, lackadaisical nature. It's Goku.
Oh, okay, cool. Not who I thought you were gonna pick, but cool. Right on. Wasn't even on my list.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not gonna pick Goku. That's such a, you know. Never mind. Go ahead.
All right, all the Dragon Ball fans, get in the comments. Blame Bailey.
He's just a basic pick, you know.
Yeah.
Well, Goku from Dragon Ball, yeah, totally understand.
Just Goku in general, yeah. Throughout any Dragon Ball series, you know.
Yeah, I mean, he's still Goku throughout it all, you know. He's still the same guy, you know.
I mean, there really isn't much to say about Goku, you know. He's the main character, and he just has the best intentions in the world for, you know, maintaining Earth's safety and to take care of his loved ones.
Yeah.
And, you know, he will continue to push past his limits in order to conquer things that have gone wrong. And that type of determination in a protagonist is infectious to the people surrounding him. So yeah, he makes everybody better with him. Yes. Because he constantly wants to be better.
Yeah.
So
he basically, like, he does what Naruto has to do without talking. Like, he gets people to understand through his fists, through fighting. Which is, for one, alpha male as shit, right? He's like, no, you're wrong, and I'm gonna beat your ass, right? But this is also gonna be really fun, and I hope that we can do it again. Or Naruto has to, like, you know, talk no jutsu everybody. And if you can't talk no jutsu, then he beats their ass. Yeah, I respect it. Goku, classic, you know, totally understandable. Wasn't on my list. I was like, am I gonna waste a pick on a character that, like, you know, this isn't a hound to you. I'm just saying, like, for me, I wasn't gonna waste a pick on a character that everybody knew and would probably see coming, you know, which it's fine that you picked him. I like that you said fuck it, right?
I don't think it's necessarily like you know how you're saying a waste of a pick just because everybody's like, oh, you know, Goku's on my list, right? I think that just validates, you know.
Absolutely, I agree.
That Goku is, you know.
Fair point, you know. Fair point. You know, you're really good at debating things, almost like you know you were made for it.
Yeah, some people call me a master debater. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Hold.
Hold it.
Sus. Cool. Yeah, nice Ace Attorney reference there. Proud of that one. Even though I've literally never played the game, it's just a meme for me.
They're fun.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah, I like it.
Alright, what's your 5th pick?
This pick is specifically absolutely going to be a snipe, and I know that it is. And I'm gonna do it because I'm a little hungry, so I'm probably a little hangy.
Yeah.
Future Ace Hinata from Haikyuu.
Yeah, he's on there for me.
Oh, I know he was. And I didn't get the reaction I wanted from you, which bums me out. But I.
You want to know where he is on my list?
The very top.
He's 22.
Oh wow, you made a lot. Okay.
Yeah. No, I picked a decent amount for my list, and the only reason I put Hinata on there, to be honest, was just because I like Haikyuu so much.
Yeah.
Obviously, my favorite anime of all time.
But I was trying to get you.
But I took the more like. I really went more shonen stuff with this, and you'll kind of see with like the remainder of my picks. So.
Cool. Well, I'm picking Hinata out of spite, but also,
Sure.
I do really like him. Also, I think he's great. I think I feel like he has that similar thing with Goku, is that he does bring people to be like better, even though he's the what do they call, not the diversion, he's the like not a diversion, he's the
You're basically like looking at I forget what they call him too.
Okay.
But you're basically like, they always have to look at him, because when they don't look at him, he's like the most lethal weapon on the court.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the opposite of Kuroko no. Or Kuroko no. He's like the opposite. You have to like keep looking at him, and if you don't, then you're screwed. I will say it's more Hinata is more of a pick on Haikyuu, because I didn't watch Kuroko no Basket and be like, I'm interested in basketball. Like, I like these videos, and like, I'm gonna start watching basketball. That did happen with Haikyuu. I don't watch volleyball, but when I get volleyball related stuff like on my TikTok, I'm like, this is so cool, and like I'm interested in it because it's not a sport that I ever played, but now I understand the difficulty, and it just blows my mind that like people actually play like that. And when you have a volley of like fucking 20 to 25, spikes or sets or whatever, it blows my mind that they can just keep that going, because Haikyuu literally will be like, I don't think I could jump again. Like, I'm too worn out. And then I see it happen in like real volleyball videos. I'm just blown away.
It's crazy when you like watch the Olympics and stuff like that, and you see all the different countries compete, and it's just like, there are so many talented people who can just absolutely annihilate the ball. Like, it's crazy.
So Hinata is more of a Haikyuu pick than Hinata specifically. But
I think this is another one where, similar to Hunter x Hunter, you could have also probably picked Kageyama.
I think it's more obvious that Hinata is the main character.
Hinata is more obvious,
Yeah. But I agree. I mean, I was also thinking about that, where it's like Kageyama is also like the main character, but he's only the main character because of who Hinata is and their relationship with each other. Very similar to like Blue Lock, where it's like the very first episode, one of them beats the other, and now they have to work together. So.
Ooh, bringing up the Blue Lock. Okay.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Blue Lock's
Yeah.
pretty cool, man. Still only 2 episodes in, but you know, I'm taking I have a lot of stuff to watch.
Hmm.
So.
I agree.